several ESI clients have light assembly positions open, and so we are here at Reacher Manufacturing. We're here with Nicole, and Nicole's going to give us an idea of what light assembly actually means. So Nicole, take it away.
Hi, thanks Jackie. So I'm standing here. I'm going to explain to you guys how we assemble our flexible conveyor that we have a ton of orders for right now. So I'm at basically what we would call would be the base of it, where it all starts. So here is where we assemble something called a sidebar. The components that go into this are just some aluminum parts. We've got some scissor plates to some flat vertical bars, and then fasteners such as flat washers and nylocks and shoulder bolts. We use a ton of fasteners on these conveyors. The amount that comes in every week is incredible. It's 3 or 4 skids typically for our use. Right behind us here are just a couple partial skids that we still have prior to our order coming in. And as I was explaining, right here is a crate full of the sidebar that I was explaining some of the components to. And here is one of our employees that is finishing up one right now. They're using the impact, which with the socket there, that's what tightens all of those nylocks down. On this side, there's a few more crates of these complete sidebars waiting for the next step of assembly. So at this point, we take 2 of the sidebars and then we add in some lower spreader bars to turn the sidebars into a larger subassembly, what we refer to as a zone. Again, at this station, just an impact with a socket, a bunch more fasteners, a couple of different sizes here, and then just a couple of wrenches are used at this station. And again, here are some of these that are complete and ready for their next step of assembly. And again, behind you are some of these waiting to be assembled into a full conveyor.
Are these all entry-level type positions, the assembly positions?
These are. As you've seen, the tools are already pretty simple. Most people would have these at home. And it's very common knowledge, I would say, basic. We're not going to have you come in and do some extensive wiring. We'll let you get your gears about you and learn the basics first. And as you grow with us, you can move on to the more complex items we have. This is another part of our conveyor. So these are just legs. They come in as a weldment, and then the casters go up into here. And this one here, it's just put in piece by piece. It all goes together, so that insert goes in just with a little pin there. So we have some of those that are prepped to go into the conveyor. And then our next station here would be the base. As you can see, this one has a motor in it already, as well as a full panel. That panel is what controls the entire conveyor once it's assembled. And our standard, some of them that you're going to see in just a bit, include 13 zones, so that controls each zone independently there. At this station, this is another way that our conveyor communicates within itself. This is just a photo eye sensor that links back into that primary panel, and then here we assemble it just with a couple of brackets, and this jig is to help with that assembly process. They use some more hardware as well, some little itty bitty hex head cap screws with some caps nuts here. And one of these is applied to each zone within our conveyor. And on this side we have what we call a bypass or a pass-through cable. It's just a wire that we then apply the plug onto. It's like a giant extension cable kind of. And at this station, just some wire strippers and a Phillips screwdriver. Again, stuff that most people probably have at home in their tool cabinet or in the garage. So we've been talking about this whole conveyor the whole time. So here is part of it This one's obviously not complete. It's missing its rollers still, as well as some of the wiring. But this is what we're making here. And as you see, these pull, turn, collapse, and twist in pretty much any way imaginable. So this one is actually a little bit longer. This one has a total of 19 zones on it. This one's going to expand up to 60 feet long when it's complete. So we'll move down here just a little bit. I'll show you guys some of the wiring that we've got going on this next one. So at this point, you can see the cabling that runs below here. There's a communication cable as well as some power cabling. So this allows the entire conveyor, each zone to talk independently so that it operates as the customer has requested. And here is one of those photo eyes fully assembled and installed there. We're going to take a little walk around the shop to get to our final product.
Every time I come here, there's more and more going on in this building.
There is. To say we're busy, it would be a little bit of an understatement. We've got a lot going on. We can certainly use help, and a lot of help at that. And the opportunity here is unbelievable as well. You get your foot in the door to start with some basic assembly. You have the opportunity to become a salesperson or an engineer anywhere that you really want to go. There's a lot of chance for growth within this company for just a small town like Alpena, or even Atlanta and Posen have shops as well. So as you can see here, this conveyor now is complete with the rollers in it, ready to be shipped out to the customer. This one, I believe, just needs a final inspection to make sure all of it is operating properly.
Awesome. So then it's pretty much ready to go, and all those assembly steps along the way is what created this final product. I understand that you had an anniversary here recently.
I did.
Yeah. What was it?
Last Friday. I've been here working for the company for 3 years.
That's awesome. And have you enjoyed it?
I have.
Yeah,
I have.
Good. Well, Nicole, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it, and I think this really helps people understand what we mean by light assembly.
All right. Thanks, Jackie.